Come on,
all the beats that pump around hours, they ain't know I came by myself, and the ones that I came with is used to survival. So any social genius, before I read this nuclear speeches, so deep for the Reese's pieces, supply the pieces, five of these was past the sky, leeches for trying to leap beyond their reaches, but may they die.
Rosie just says, "Scope gang, what up?"
We out here.
Yeah. Shout out Zumix. About to have a little radio interview. You know, just getting prepped up, so we will be beginning shortly. Hopefully this video saves for later. Shout out my man A1. Peace from me. You already know. My man Grim, what up? We gonna get started after this song, so I'm just chilling, not gonna mind y'all, you know. I'm chilling, bro. You know, got a nice day. Not as cold as it was the other day, you know. You out there enjoying the heat. Word. What's good with you? Me and my games don't get rich, just to be tragic. Classic field the cloth, the universal guard path. They love these fast. You gon' taste all your ways. What a trade for fame, just a shot.
Bang Radio.
Bang bang.
You just heard Paranom.
Yes.
Massachusetts' own, joining us live in the studio.
Yes, I am here.
Yo.
In the flesh. What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm
this
doing
is
great.
So exciting.
I'm hyped. I'm happy to be here.
I'm pretty excited too. I'm happy to be
man.
here too. I feel like I've been missing for a while, man. But
I feel like the last time I saw you, we went like to Worcester for the Beats and Barbecue joint.
Yeah,
and
that was really dope, yo.
That was a crazy day.
Worcester has a lot of events they've been doing that is more community based a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not that it doesn't happen out here, but you know, people wouldn't think that Worcester kind of has like a vibe out there. So yeah,
right. Worcester's crazy.
Worcester is crazy.
Worcester got a skate scene. Worcester got a hip hop scene. Worcester got an art scene.
Yeah, they have a graffiti scene too.
Oh yeah,
that I've heard of. Yeah. No, they have a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Is it? Do we call it graffiti or street art, or what are we doing? Hip hop community.
Well, I would call it. That's a good question.
It's just writing, right?
It's writing. It's hieroglyphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I actually see it as hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? So it's just the different form. You know, we may come as different forms, but we've been doing the same thing we've been doing. So it's like, you know, from hieroglyphics to graffiti. That's it.
Stay writing on walls.
Yeah.
Never stop. I mean,
never stop.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you have an interest in becoming famous when you say you're inspired by some of those writers?
An aspiration to become famous? No, I do not have an aspiration to become famous. The only thing I can say I aspire to that I feel is in alignment with my truth is aspiring to be my best self. You know what I mean? If people want to look at me for that or want to award me certain perceptions based on that, that's on them. You know what I mean? I am somewhat a private person, but I'm an open book still, too. But I don't really care about fame at all, yo. Not even a little bit, to be honest, dude. Like, I'm not uncomfortable in the shine, whatever. If it's warranted because, you know, certain amount of work I put into something, that's cool.
Right.
But as far as chasing that, like, nah, that's not me at all. I don't care about that.
So, that being said, what gets a, you know, somewhat private person to come down and share their time with us on the radio today? What you got for us here and the listeners at Bang?
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, feel like I have been missing a little bit in the public eye, so to speak. You know what I mean? So for someone to reach out, I'm like, word, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm not even crazy out here like that. So for someone to reach out and want to talk, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's actually really what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, word, let's come through and chop it up.
Word. Well, we excited to have you out here because I feel like, you know, one of the things that we try to do on Bang Radio is highlight all the dope stuff, you know, going on around the city, but then we really can't talk about the city without talking about where the city is located. And I think, you know, a huge part of the Boston community and hip hop community here has always been like the surrounding sort of greater metro mass area.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when it was like when we
point.
were younger, there was kind of a lot of tension, like, oh nah, you're not from
You're from
Boston.
Boston, yeah.
Don't say that stuff. And now I think the game has totally changed. I think there's a lot more like dynamic energy between artists from all over the place, and I feel like you're right in the mix of that. So we love to have you on here to kind of talk about what that's like and that community and you know how it works.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to get to the crux of it, man, I feel like I don't know, for lack of a better term, I feel like I'm kind of an enigma in that way, being that I've moved around a lot. You know what I mean? My foundation, my hometown is in Lynn. You know what I'm saying? And Lynn has its own feel, its own vibe. You know, people have compared it back in the day, you know, to like Queensbridge, whatever like that. You know what I mean? You know, and I moved around many places, lived in Mattapan, actually lived down south in Alabama throughout high school, you know. So I've always been like moving around and stuff. So it was very easy for me to kind of go wherever I felt comfortable, you know, being comfortable on the move, go to where the music was, go to where the knowledge was, where the vibe was, you know, where, you know, we doing all that, getting lit, all that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it created, you know, space for good conversation, created space to really enrich kind of my perception on how things go and see how I can kind of connect dots based on different places I go to. And I feel like just the mentality that we kind of have in our cities anyway, you know, whether hood mentality or whatever, you know, like you don't really want to get out that much, you know what I mean, depending on where you are. And I don't think it's just Massachusetts. So that way, like someone from Boston may have a skewed perception on what Lynn is like. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I
sure.
think there's like...
And I'd be like, yo, I'll take you there. You know what I mean?
Can we go for real? Because I think in Boston, which is like severely gentrified at this point,
right.
Like there's billionaires and homeless people.
Right.
But then, you know, in like the surrounding areas that we think of as suburbs, they're having those same kind of problems. And there's less access to what's, you know, so that I see stuff on the news like, you know, corner stores getting stuck up and stuff like that. And there's a lot of, you know, like the drug problems don't just exist in one community.
Right. Not at all. That's actually a great point, you know. A lot of people from, you know, bigger cities, they go to these suburbs and stuff to make money in, you know what I mean? So, you know, you see it based on, you know, the people you see out there, you know, the people who are deteriorating, you know what I mean? It's happening all over the place. So, yeah, I feel like, you know, even though it's all different, we're all kind of sharing similar stories and things like that. So I feel like that's becoming more known now through the music and through the talent of the music too. So, yeah.
Let's get into some of the stories. We got Saturday Dream.
Yes. Okay.
Up. You want to speak a little bit about that?
Okay.
Get them wet. So
a little prepped.
Yes.
Yeah. So Saturday Dream. First, the title is kind of a spin on, you know, Saturday and Saturn. I'm someone that looks at the undertones, metaphysical / occult things on, you know, everyday things. So, for instance, every single day that, you know, we experience and call as a day actually comes from either a deity of a specific culture or an idea, you know. So, Saturday, you know, the root of that is Saturn. So it was just a play on that word. You know what I mean? And basically the story behind that, you know, people have said Saturn symbolizes discipline and pressure. You know what I mean? So basically that song is kind of like a poetic expression of throughout that time just, you know, me being one-on-one with myself as far as like writing 16s. You know, to me writing really wasn't just to, you know, showcase something to be like, oh, I'm ill, whatever like that. You know, it kind of became a discipline for me. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's, you know, I guess a simple or flavorful way of kind of saying, like, you know, it just was my expression of that kind of relationship. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Word. Let's get into it, Jess.
Word.
Wait. And then we've got like a couple minutes of music.
Okay.
So, you know.
Couple minutes of music. We're gonna get right back to it. Thank y'all for tuning in, representing. Much love to y'all. Word.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. When we get back, I want to talk more about the Lynn scene and how y'all move.
Okay.
Y'all
Okay.
moving.
Most stuff.
But we'll get into it. And just anything you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
anything, man. I could talk about a lot. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of thinking time. Definitely.
Thinking caps on.
Word. How long does y'all show usually last?
It's an hour.
An hour? Okay, cool.
It's an hour. I don't know. I'm thinking it would be kind of like stretched. But 10 a.m. is early as fuck.
Yeah. That'd be dope if y'all did like 2 hours, yo. I feel like, yeah, that's the, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's the one thing Boston's missing, because it's not missing, because y'all are here. But I feel like having that radio presence, for me, I like it a lot. You know what I mean?
They kind of took Emerson's 88.9 at night show.
Yeah.
And we became that in this weird way, even though we're on fucking Friday mornings.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I think it's dope. Like, I think that, you know, that's needed.
I'm not as sexy as Nomadic.
Yeah.
No,
true.
I mean, shit though, like, she's fucking.
She's like, yo.
True.
That was my favorite though. Tuesday nights, her and Miss Anna. Oh my god! And then you see,
real talk, like
Hennigan Full those days and shit. You
go
back, my brother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hermano.
Crazy. Like I grew up listening to that too, man. Like I remember one of my earliest hip hop memories was like listening 889 at night. I was like 8, and a Cannabis song was on. Get Retarded. Yo, literally that activated something with me. I don't know if I was like vibrating, like yo, like oh, and like that changed my life, yo. So like
telling people we know.
Yeah, we need those experiences still, man.
Yeah.
Or the opportunity for those experiences.
I think it's important. I think it's fun too, because for us it's kind of like, I don't know, it feels like a different vibe, because it's FM, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that feels a little different if you listen in your car.
Do you feel
Kind of fun.
Do you feel a little more pressure as far as like how y'all do your show?
It's live. I mean, it's live, so that's the biggest pressure. It's like it's live, and we have to use this board. You know, like it's an all new thing. It's not like we just get to like record ourselves talking and then edit it, and clean it up.
You're right, and upload
and drop the stuff in between. Like we do that for the podcast, but we don't do it for the live show. So like, trying to do the live show and improve our game on that, that's been a lot of fun. I think. That's pretty cool though. That's where Jesse just was leveling up. He's like, yo, we're gonna play some music in the background.
Nice.
It's gonna help.
I like that.
It's good. And that sounded great.
That's dope.
Branding. Audio branding.
Yes.
Yo, what is these samples from?
This is Alan Watts right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, I've heard this dude's voice, and I recognize his voice more than anything.
Yeah. No, Alan Watts.
And I'm like, where do I know this dude from?
Yeah.
Yo, you should diss a mumble rapper for shits and giggles.
I have songs like that. I have songs over Lil Uzi Vert beats. Yo, I do it all, man. Like, I just been keeping it in the stash. So,
like, you know what the new requirements of rap are? You diss a mumble rapper, diss an old guy, and fucking now you're like, I'm cool now.
No, I feel that.
I don't even know. I blame D. Angeletti, honestly. Should've just, you know, he was doing great production work with Bad Boy, and he was like, you know what? I feel a little disgruntled myself. This is turning into a character.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people kind of feel that way. That's kind of crazy though.
From 9 to 10 a.m. on Zumix Radio 94.9. This is a show focused on children, partners, parents, and you.
What y'all think of this joint? You heard it?
Nah.
It's off the new Wayne album. It's him and Triple X Tentacion.
Oh, okay. I kind of been out the loop a lot as far as music goes a little bit. I have heard this. Yeah. Okay, I have heard this. Yeah. I kind of like, I watched Wayne's skate documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was dope, yo.
He's gotten really
He's
good.
pretty
over
good,
the years
yeah.
with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was, you know, like they were gonna. He was a character in one of the Tony Hawk games or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
And I never played the one. It was the same one though that they were gonna have people from Fantasyland in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, fucking Tony Hawk came to Massachusetts and did like Warside and like the DIY park in JP.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
and like Wayne's around for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But not like just, you know, because some people thought it was a gimmick in a way. But watching it and kind of watching him talk about it, I'm like, yo, this is genuine.
He
and
comes
like,
from New Orleans.
Yeah,
where,
it's
like,
inspired
he
me.
got shot when he was fucking 15.
Yeah.
So, and he's got kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so he's
right,
like,
right.
I want my kids to skateboard and not, like,
Not be in the
necessarily
street.
be around guns and crack in that kind of way.
Most
you know
definitely,
what I'm trying to say?
most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you have the ability, you have to curate your own piece in a way, you know.
It's fucked up. You know what's crazy is this album kind of made Lil Wayne on my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Wayne.
This is it, right? Or no, there's one more?
He's got one more. We're gonna play Black Sun.
Oh, wow.
Word. Yeah, I don't have. I wouldn't say I'm a Wayne fan, but sometimes I'm a fan, or I admire authentic personalities in a way, or like one of ones in a way, and Wayne is like that to me, especially if like he's doing things other than rapping and doing it with his heart. I'm like, yo, that's dope. I like that.
Wayne has grown on me as we've grown up together.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we grew up together. I like him. Like, I don't think we got along when we were kids. But like now we get along more as adults.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
it's
him at
similar
all.
to me.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, a Millie came out
but when I was like a
in
very
college.
like in my head, like no,
Yeah.
he's destroying.
Yeah,
Earth
he's not
as we
real
know
hip
it.
hop. Yeah, like all that stuff.
And it's like now I'm like, oh.
You know what? I was
Yeah.
saying Tyler the Creator's the new Tupac, and I think Wayne's more of a new Tupac, and Tyler's like more of a Chuck D, especially lately.
I haven't.
He's like,
I don't know what they're doing currently. I know as far as like their impact and how alternative I guess they are. Yeah, I can see that.
Jason from the Creator was when he was like, I might have a song with Tyler. He went on Facebook. He was like, join the movement with that shit. Yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. Oh man.
I feel it though. When I get on Facebook, I'm like, I tried to write a poem in another language. Does it suck?
Yeah. It's a haiku or something.
With too many syllables.
Right. That's funny.
Syllabic. Is that even an adjective, bro?
Slavic? Yo,
Yeah.
that could definitely be used
It
though.
is, because
What?
you can say
Oh,
a word
snap.
is multisyllabic.
I was
It's one of
thinking
those
Slavic
words I've
like
said,
in
but I
another
don't
way,
know.
like
Like, do you not have a multisyllabic vocabulary?
Has Oxford of lit?
probably.
I don't know, but if
Does
they have
Oxford
it,
have a website?
if they have it, Merriam-Webster might be on it.
Right.
It's like
Who's that?
Who's him? Yo, I love
Yo.
listening to interviews with those
I be-
people
I be-
who
I
talk
walk
about
dogs,
being
yo.
dictionary people.
Yeah,
They'd be like, is your dog a boy or a girl? I'd be like, it's a bitch. Because that was
that's
a
the
word
definition.
for a dog.
Why is
that-
this here?
What
What is this doing in the kids' radio
Bust
station?
down.
Bust down. Bust down.
Bust down the street.
Oh yeah, that was a middle school thing.
Yeah.
Sheesh. That part.
Yo, production on shit's
Travel distance, I know my soul can great will sit the later chronicles of honor, side of every good the beast to play. You want a string of life is fatal, tuned in the fables in. Smooth with my cotton cable, got an arm that ran the stick. With your conscious label, set up skins like snakes, they on a slab of legal fornication, lips and sensible rubber dress and dry. Body looking smoky, cocaine, the flips and fake the cash. Right below the point degrees, and makes the streets I pass. Rolling these surroundings, memories we all composed of that. The legacy you chose and left so broken, wrapped the peace for that. Peaceful times immortalized like mirrors on the wall. I get this coach and nothing but my crack. The rain and bricks fall What's that? Shape a piss pull, the zap my pistol, rich for the light is strong. Mr. Floor, the passion rise amongst the raw. Bastardize, masterlize, the crucify, malign your word. Let's call me Pinocchio, cause I know it's much bigger than I should. Looking hard to see the day. Time with a beat the fire. Struggle this rebuttal, call me better than a base. You ready, this the trade. It's a hard time, lost minds, hearts flying, sweeping like confetti in the street. The virus in the shade, the flyers in the shades, the homemade Superman that kept y'all playing out of reach. Black sun with a stage, the laws of the sleeping phase. Y'all's if you leave this face, all on my sick cat. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the methods that I use, but became the evolutionary systems that I kind. And are we not then? It's because of unfolding, evolvement, and manifestation.
Black Sun, Paranom.
Yeah.
Word.
In the building with us now on Bang
I
Radio.
feel so like re-looped.
Re-looped?
Yeah, or like re-familiarized.
Ah.
I was glad that you were coming through because I remember, you know, like in the hip hop scene when you're like, yo, we're like literally degrees of separation away. Like, we see each other on social media. I'm like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to like talk in person.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I like being able to talk to people. Talk about rap, but also talk about things other than rap too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, rap is so limited.
It's limited. It's not all there is to life, you know. But you can put all of life into rap if you want. You know what I mean?
I like how Lil B writes books. You know, like that's mad conscious, B.
Yeah, it's not even conscious, yo. It's like if you can do it, you can do it. Why not write a book? You know, I've had ideas for books.
He
it's
wrote
like,
it on
why
his
not?
Twitter. He just had like a friend who was like, "We're gonna publish your thing and sell the book." I'm like, "That's
He published
like,
the whole book on Twitter.
I'm like,
through his feed.
is Lil B hanging out with Stickman on the low?
That's kind
we
of.
got to get to the bottom.
Yo,
of this.
maybe that's ill. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad you brought that up. Like around 2010, 2011, 2012, around that time. Yo, like Lil B kind of was like a soundtrack to my enlightenment at that time, or like whatever I was seeking. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. Like, I think he deserves a lot more credit than he gets.
Word.
I wonder what he's up to these days. I mean, the pack broke up. They lost their deal with Vans.
He
I
grew
don't know how
dreads.
endorsements and product placements go. He grew dreads?
Yeah,
Did
he
he
has
change
locks.
his name to... Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
tight.
I don't know if he still has them now, or if they were fake or faux locks.
Is that a
'Cause I was like, oh
that's-
dang, I was like, yo, Lil B, like, he
Is
looks
that a
way
thing?
weird, huh?
That's crazy. That's a thing.
With some people, yeah. You know?
Faux locks.
Kind of helps
Well-
you to know how you want to style it, so when you have it for real, then you can do it the same way and stuff. So I think it's cool.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at it. Nah.
That's his journey, you know. Same with like, I don't know,
Thanks every
Chingy.
day.
I didn't mean to start talking about rappers in
Old.
different cities or whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
But, anyways, what's going on with you, Paranom? Where do you get inspired from? Not what do you get inspired by, but where do you get inspired from?
Where do I get inspired from? I like that question. Expound on that a little bit so I can answer.
Is it like a city or a body part, or is it like
A place, like a physical
Interesting.
spot.
It's not
travel.
one. It's not one physical spot, but I'm very much attracted to and inspired by beauty, and different forms of beauty. Whether that is through aesthetic of architecture, whether that's through the aesthetic of me not having my backpack so I feel lighter. I'm walking down the street. It's kind of semi-warm outside with overcast. Sometimes it's like the perfect storm, and like I like flowers. And I like dilapidated buildings if it's in an ill way. Things that have to do with like visual and the senses and things that are sensual. That kind of inspires me. Great music and melodies and all that stuff.
I'm hearing treatments and stuff.
A little bit, yeah.
I find this reasonable and acceptable, and I think our listeners might be excited.
Nice. I'm all for people getting excited.
Word. See, one of the things that excites me, because this is one of the things that I wanted to, like, reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show, because I think it's dope. Like, talk to me a little bit about, like, how the heck, the vibes manifest. Because I feel like every time I see you, you're, like, with somebody doing something creative, or even if you're not doing something creative, you're vibing with creative people.
Yeah.
It's like, so how does, how do those connections form, or, like, what's that process? I feel like there's a lot of, amazing things coming out of Lynn, Tragic Allies, that whole sort of blob, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, and it just gets bigger and more dope as every year goes by.
Word, shout out Tragic Allies,
talk to me a little, talk to me and like, put the listeners on a little bit about that journey a little bit.
Okay.
What that is all about.
I have many different angles I kind of think about it. Within this context, though, I feel like, I'm just someone that has always kind of been around creativity in a way. My family, they all sing. I grew up in the church when I was really young. Me and all my friends, my mom kind of led the youth choir and stuff like that. So I was kind of already used to being on stage and in front of people. Not even in a way that I sought it and I was like, oh yeah, give me the mic and stuff. I mean, I would even say I was forced to, but it just kind of happened that way. Yeah. So I feel like, with me being a little nomadic as I got older, like that. Pretty much after high school, I left down south by myself, came back up here, living with my sister in Mattapan. And, I just had a lot of time on my hands and everything to my own devices. So I was just seeking out kind of what was going on. I had already been making music. I was kind of just seeking out, like, what's out here. So in a lot of ways, I met a lot of people, or I met Justice Born for Rec Shop movement.
Rec Shop,
hey,
shout out.
Occupy Boston.
I credit him with, he impacted my life a lot, probably the most out of anyone,
Shout out Justice.
In ways that people would never know unless I tell the story. I spoke with him, I think I was 16, like way before I even came back up here. And then once I came back up here, we kind of linked up, and he introduced me to a lot of people. And it was pretty much just my own work ethic in the own way that I kind of was just being creative myself. And that kind of attracted people to me, and vice versa. And we just kind of built from there. It was pretty much completely organic. Whereas now we kind of have an extended family in a way, to where even beyond music, we hang out. We get food together. We go to each other's family functions over the years, things of that nature. So having that along with the creativity, for me, it's kind of a family thing a little bit.
Guidance and mentorship.
Exactly. Yeah. Guidance and mentorship. I feel like, as I get older now, this is just my certain perspective. I feel that sometimes you don't need to have mentorship and guidance just in the hip-hop world. That's kind of limiting, especially if you have aspirations that may not be exactly tied to hip-hop in itself, especially just the scene itself. So you kind of have to broaden your horizon. So that's kind of the space that I am in and I've been in for a while, is trying to articulate and find out for myself from within, which is part of the reason why I really haven't been super around like that. You know what I mean?
But so what's that journey like for, somebody who is going through it right now? Like, because I think there's people who have, we just witnessed this week the whole thing of like Kanye West, you can't retire. You know what I'm saying? The conversation of like the life not after hip hop, but sort of like beyond, like how do we keep elevating what we're doing? How do we do something different than what we did before, and like keep giving people, something genuine.
Right. Exactly. I feel, as long as you're open to inner reflection at certain points in your life, or at certain points of growth, or when you start to feel stagnant, reflecting on kind of what you can change, that can kind of open you up a little more for that change. I feel like a lot of us, in some way, we want to remain the person that we are, or keep that same perception, or hold it for people who are close to us. and we care about what people think a little bit too much. Whereas if people really love you and really mess with you, they're not going to care about it. You know what I mean? They're going to, especially if they're doing that themselves, if they're working on evolving themselves, they're going to understand where you're coming from in your own space.
Respect to
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also feel like sometimes you can create a character for yourself within the realm of creativity and art, and like being out here and people knowing your name and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can create a character for yourself that you feel you have to continue to catch up to.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, as I'm getting older, and kind of how I want to treat myself, and me being closer to my family, and me wanting to transform parts of myself so I don't pass the cycle on, with, feeling alone or feeling abandoned, and then you have to go out, you know what I mean? And it's something you love as far as creating and things like that. But there is a tinge of trauma that we all experience that kind of lead us to going to these places,
Sure.
with the hopes of filling a certain void. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me knowing that and me experiencing that and me accepting that truth, I can't be tied down to one thing. I can't be tied down to one concept. I won't be. Like that's not the making of what a leader and what a man really is. You know what I mean? So
This
this
is
is what it is.
Bang Radio. You're listening to Paranom. My name is Keshrek. I also go by Jesse Winfrey, and we're here with Jacob Ratz.
Hey.
And we're hoping that Rally B and Lou Bangers is doing what they do best.
Shout out to Bank Crew.
Yeah.
Shout out all them.
Yo,
Hey now.
and shout out to what you just said. I really appreciate what you just shared, man. That's super dope, because I think the listeners need to hear that realness. But
We're gonna play some real.
we about to play them some real
All
other
ideas
things too.
subliminal.
Okay.
No ideas original in the parenthetical, syllabic. I don't know. We're making up words and stuff like that. Tune in, listen to this, love it.
Emphatically symbolic.
Yo, see, and I love how the way that you stack the tracks up, they both had that intro. That's crazy. Yeah, that's dope. Thank you.
Most definitely.
That's
most
dope.
definitely.
See, that's what we trying to get out.
Yeah. I feel I want to do my art from going forth from that space.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I
We're
mean?
not chasing the character.
Exactly. Nope.
Super
Nope.
dope.
Talk about trials and tribulations, the dark shit, all that shit. I don't care what people got to say about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But that's the thing too. Like, I definitely think we do get these like illusions and delusions of what we want to do and who we want to be, and it's like, why do I have to do that?
Why?
It's mad work, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So
Like
why am I stressing about it?
Exactly. It's good to work for what you want. You like. There's always going to be a level of stress and a level of resistance, but that helps strengthen you. But if it's something that's killing you, it's like, dude, like you gotta kind of adjust the way you kind of do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for one thing, I thought of is like, okay, people try to, people want to make money doing this. I want to make money doing it too, 100%. So, I've been getting my business acumen up so I can have a solid foundation to be able to make money. You know what I mean? Instead of like chasing money,
Yeah.
Like, you can slow down, study something that you don't know yet. You know what I mean? I know creatives don't like the business aspect of it,
Right.
but thankfully, like, I'm not opposed to it
Right.
to the point that I won't learn about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'll sit in my room for 3 months and smoke mad weed and just watch YouTube videos and research the shit and take notes and then know how to do the shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I want, that's that for music. But if I want to make money, go get a job. Like, go make money. You know what I mean? Don't compromise yourself or your health in a detrimental way consistently, and sacrifice your music for that. You know what I mean? Or if like, I have to make a track like this, I gotta do it like this, It's like, I feel that, do that, it's a good exercise, but for you to align yourself with that, for me, it's like, I can't live with that no more, yo. I can't. You know what I mean? I can't.
I think about that in terms of my art.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I want to get paid for my paintings, but then it's like, no. Or I could just learn how to like sell my paintings better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, there's like
Agency.
that. Yeah, like there's that aspect. You can learn how to sell it better.
Enterprise.
Right. Yeah. And even, you know, just with me, you know, how long have you been doing your art for? Since forever? Yeah. When you were a kid, you didn't think about, like, oh, someone has to pay me for this.
No, and I still don't.
Yeah, so, you know.
But then I think about...
It's valid, but to align yourself,
then I
disservice.
think about, like, because I'm aware of the possibility of people who do just get paid to do that.
True.
Like, that would be lit.
Yeah.
I think that would be lit.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if I'm
There's kids
pushing
who
that
are
way.
born homeless who are like fucking prodigies, and they're like, can I sell my art or do I have to kill somebody?
Yeah.
I'm 7, so I can get a loaf of bread or whatever. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Like,
Exactly. That's crazy. That's
the
crazy.
shit I be thinking about.
There's people who are mad talented who go completely different routes.
Yeah. Very true.
And they're not mad that they have to go to a fucking day job.
Right.
They would be very probably grateful for that day job.
Most definitely. And sometimes, like, the way that I kind of think, I mean, you can kind of look kind of across the board of certain people that accomplish things and have overcame a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The story really wasn't about what they accomplished, it's what they overcame. So they kind of became bigger than what they were even setting out to be. Like, everyone kind of has their own story in that way. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
That's real.
Yeah.
My man Jess.
I don't know if you have time to play the whole shit.
That's okay.
This is so good though. I fucking love Donna Summer. Ever since 5th grade.
Gotta mix it up.
Of course.
Wouldn't be
I love all types of
It wouldn't be
music,
bang
man.
radio without a little bit of funkiness.
Ooh, this is a good one right here.
Yes, it's a good follow-up. I liked his project a lot. That was this project was dope.
Yeah. We put a lot of work into it too, yo.
You could tell. I can tell you that.
Peace with the lime, call it the Dolly 4. Vision blurry while peering through the Denali doors. Golden Mur hit the summit, rocking the poly first. Doc Martens in the bow tie. Elevator like a gold mine, hit the saddle for showtime. Touches get broken down like the cars rolls high. 8 a.m. on the Vegas strip, toasting mimosa. To the most high, walking water like concrete. Fourth quarter, my aura slumped in the box seat. Alma mater, the Magna Carta for 9 elites. Watching minutes passes the golden hand of Bacardi reach. Horses racing the closet like it's the Preakness. 650 sweet back playing the sequence. Negligee Nefertiti, see through a sequence. Close enough to the race, stay up a sheepskin. $1 million mix in the summertime. It's like a creamy for the
Your apparel, y'all do that in house?
Some of it. So like we get shit done so many different ways. So like I have silk screens. I know how to silk screen.
Okay.
To do like high quality silk screens, I don't have like the setup that's quite right for that. But I know people who do have like presses and shit, which makes it easier. For like nice, premium stuff, there's a guy who's in West Boylston who we get shit from. He's pretty reasonable. He's done shit for everybody. Like he used to print for Karma Loop. And, he's super official, but accessible and easy to work with.
Okay.
But if I want cheaper shit than him, sometimes I go to the homies out in Cali, and I'm looking at other homies. Like there's somebody at the spot where we had the art show who like has a little silk screen studio, so I wanted to hit them up to see what they're about.
Okay, yeah.
I've been curious to work with Mass Apparel, but I don't know if they still have their setups.
Got you. Okay.
But I mean, it's not hard to get it done.
Okay.
And then I also have a homie who does like thermal transfer, which is like it's not the cheesy shit that you like put on your printer and like iron on. It's like it's like a real. He has like a vinyl cutter and plotter, so he can cut out custom shapes.
Right.
And
That's sick.
he has like the high heavy duty industry press. Where
Yeah.
Seal it.
That's sick.
Teflon finish and shit.
That's sick.
So he does that, and so he can do shit for like, usually about $10 a shirt,
Okay.
which is
That's
pretty
pretty
reasonable for
yeah.
full color. You know,
Full color?
Yeah.
That's really reasonable, actually. Yeah.
You know, and he was doing front and backs for us, like
Okay.
logo
That's
on the
dope.
back. So
That's dope.
I think, you know, there's a couple connects like that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I like to help people do. Like we've done with Scope, where we've helped Spenda, Jazz.
Yeah.
Like I want to work on some shit for Primo. Like
Mm.
I love doing apparel for music. I think it's
Yeah.
mad cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that shit is
That's
fun.
fire.
To me.
Yeah, I've been looking into the apparel game for a while. I mean, yeah, definitely just like trying to compare and contrast and different design ideas and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and there's
Yeah, I get
also
it.
there's other ways to approach it because you know it does exist that there's like on-demand people who will like they'll take on all the risk, all the expense, and then they'll just break bread with you.
right.
That's a low-impact way to start monetizing shit, and
True
if you
indeed.
generate a couple $100 that way, then you don't have to go out and pay for that yourself.
Yeah.
To get your next drop, which
Right.
maybe you make exclusive and say there's only 20 of these, and I'm gonna sell them for 50 myself.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Right. I see that.
So you could kind of do it both ways,
I see
where you
that.
can maybe have like an on-demand thing that they can just order themselves,
Yeah.
and somebody else fulfills it for you.
I see that.
But I don't like doing that for everything because I don't want to give them my bread.
Yeah. Nah, same here. Yeah, I really want to keep things much as ownership
Right,
myself as
and
possible,
that's
you
too.
know what I
Like
mean?
I'd rather pay somebody who I know to make the shit.
Yeah,
you know?
facts. Yeah,
So,
true.
even if they're not like fam like that, they still show love.
Most def, yeah.
And there are some people who are fam. Like that's what I would really love. Is one of my people's got
with
back
fam.
into screen printing.
Yeah.
But it's so much work. It's a ton of work.
Real.
So I respect the shit out of the people who do
Damn,
it.
I bet, dude.
So if we come back
Man,
after
Roz
this,
Peace G.
right? We coming back after this, Jeff?
You want to?
That's 11:48. I think we should.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of just go back and come back, you know, talk for like 5-10 minutes, give them a wrap up.
That's good.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. It put my math fast.
That's why I think too, like a 2-hour show. Would be
2-hour show would be dope. Yeah. I feel like interviews is like one of my favorite things to do, yo. For real. I don't really do it.
Well,
that
and we
much
thought
like that.
about doing too an unplugged version where we could curse.
Okay.
And get kind of more loose.
Yeah.
A little looser format.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just
I
talk
think
to
that'd be
yourself
cool.
with a battery in your phone and say "fuck the feds,"
Yeah.
they'll send you your radio show eventually. Which is why we need to learn how to file Freedom of Information Act. Figure out what this extended COINTELPRO bullshit was all about. We're traumatized from it. From bullshit.
Is that
Almost
some
die like every week.
Well, it don't help with open investigations though.
like
FOIA also takes forever. You need lawyers and shit.
Yes.
Which means you need to not die while trying to get rich, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you're a hairdresser. In which case, die like a motherfucker. And rock like a
Piece of creation. Yo, and Davino produced that?
Yeah, he produced this whole project. He
Right,
produced all the
that's
beats
a-
on it. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty
Young
legendary
person,
because
which
he's
is
done
crazy, 'cause
he's done so much after.
On regular
Right.
radio,
So it's
that's
old.
the thing too.
Yeah.
Yo, because they was like, yo, look after this guy. And I was like, Chronicle.
Yeah.
He's not in the PDA. I like the Apollo Knox stage.
I love the cover art on
Yeah, I
that
was
too.
hungry. This
I
is
don't know
more
who
like
did that
I'm
for y'all.
rich
That
from all
shit's
these
fire.
Europeans, and I got a drug problem. I mean, it's like it's caught my attention, but
Yeah.
it's not the direction I thought I would see him going. It's successful though. It's
Yeah,
working for him.
yeah,
You know, he's
yeah.
got interviews with like I don't know who he does interviews with, but
Yeah.
he
Nah, I
does.
feel you.
You know,
Yeah.
social media buff.
Yeah.
Alright, so we can 45 seconds.
It's just dope because this is way different than the stuff he makes now.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think this is the first project he actually
When did his
produced.
first beat machine, yo?
A long time ago, yo.
I remember this album was banging though.
Good looks, dude. Good looks.
This is when I was figured y'all out, or like figured out y'all were who you were.
Yeah.
You
Yo.
Bang radio.
bang bang.
Radio.
We back, yo. We got Paranom in the building. That was just music creation. We were just talking about it, produced by the homie Aldovino, who's
Yes.
another homie from the bubbling Metro
I find
Boston
him a bit
scene.
intimidating. Like he might shoot me.
Davino?
Yeah.
Nah, he wouldn't shoot you.
I hope not.
Right, y'all
That's
go
a-
way
that's
back.
a loose cannon, man. Like, nah, you gotta. Nah,
You seem
it has to be a
talented,
reason.
yo.
So, nah, he wouldn't.
I've been in studio sessions where I'm like, wow, you're impressive, bro.
Highly impressive. He's
He should do
he's
method
another.
acting.
He's an alien. He
You
should
should
do
go
what?
audition for like Ghostbusters sequel.
Yo,
If they do more Boston movies or something.
he's the dude to take an idea like that and spin it so ill and like make it so hip hop. You're like, yo.
I wish him
So
luck.
yeah, Ghostbusters. Yeah, like yeah. If he was listening,
Right.
he'd be like, yo, like
Right.
Think about
Davino,
something
listen
crazy.
to this. I expect to see it on Bandcamp next month.
Yeah.
But nah, yeah. So we sit here with Paranom, man. What's up, man? That song was dope.
Thank you.
That was off of one of your early projects. right?
yeah. Well, that was off the last solo I dropped.
Okay.
Officially. I did drop $1 Million Mink with Code 9
Yep.
last summer.
Yes, sir.
But as far as
And we just
official
played
solo,
something from that too as well.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Code 9. He be doing
shout out Código Nueve. You know what I mean? Like Cass has been getting it in, yo. Been dropping a lot of music, dumping a lot of music. You know what I mean?
So when
yeah.
you're with that, you know, because like these are all the homies. Do you feel like there's a pressure, or you feel like it's just like, nah, cool, that's cool?
Well, to be honest, there are times I definitely did feel the pressure. You know what I mean? But I understand that I was kind of going through a different thing in my life. So with me understanding that, I don't, I kind of put that pressure on myself to kind of feel like, oh, I have to keep up or have to drop as much material. But I know myself. I know that I'm a person that is introspective. I'm not going to release a project unless I feel like there is something to say, or there's a message that I want to convey through that, or an undertone I want people to extract from it.
Do you
I've
feel
always
that-
been that way.
that
I'm not going to
agendas-
change that. Huh?
agendas play a role in that process at all?
Agendas as in positive ones, negative ones, or
your personal agendas, and then you talked a little bit before about how like you look into occult imagery and stuff like that. So how serious do you take all of that stuff? You know?
I take it very serious. I think I take it very serious. As far as an agenda, I feel that I've always kind of had a somewhat unconscious compass on where I want to go, or the way I approach my trajectory within music and just within my creation, within what I extend as a part of myself out into the world. And I'm mindful of that. You know what I mean? I know other people may not be. That's not to say that you should be like that. I just know that that's kind of the way that I've been made. You know what I mean? I'm very mindful of the words I use. I know I can use many, many, many words as I want to, but if I don't feel it's coming from a real, true place, I'm not gonna write it down. You know what I mean? I know other people they don't see it like that. They see it as they're just being fun with it.
Right.
I have a lot of fun with it too. You know what I mean? But
People have fun in different ways.
people
and
have fun
stuff.
in different
Yeah,
ways. You know
that's
what I mean?
dope.
Like I know my own truth before I had vices or before any of these things. I had a certain goal in mind. I was still very, very much determined. And with me understanding more as I grow older, I'm not going to abandon that part of myself. You know what I mean? So it is what it
well
is.
said. Articulated.
Word.
With that, how do you feel like? Because I feel like we're living in a time too where there's like a little bit more space for it. Because I feel like if we were having this conversation, a couple years ago, like people would be like, "Yo, you're a conscious rapper because you make music that's about your real life and you
Right.
talk about things that are, you know what I mean, like real
Right.
stuff." But I'm like, I think we kind of dropped some of those labels and started
Conscious
to
rap died
expect.
in
Yeah, right. And I think we're starting to expect that though in more places. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people are starting to expect content of like real, real introspective and authenticity. Yeah. So it's like, how do you feel like? Do you feel like that's a good thing for the kind of work you're trying to make? Like, do you feel like there's more space for you now to create?
I feel like so. I think on one hand, there's certain dialogues that we created. We're talking about mental health or, expressing yourself, authenticity and things like that. So I guess it seems like it kind of became the perfect storm in a way. I don't know. I can't say that, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I feel like
hey, let's just
hop back on it. No, but I feel like I feel that there definitely is more of a space for that, and who knows if the space wasn't created, I can't say maybe I would feel different. You know what I mean? But regardless of the fact, I feel that with me kind of feeling how I have felt, and me being able to articulate and come to a certain resolve. I kind of took the covers off. Oh yeah, I guess it's the perfect time. You know what I mean? Right. So it is what it is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bang Radio, y'all.
Yeah,
we got Expressions with Potter coming up next. My name is Jesse. I also was Catch Wreck, but he's like kind of sick. We got Jake here.
Yo.
He's here. Paranom, we truly appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's Fallout Boy. Bang Radio later.
Peace. Saints Kitchen.
All right.
Thank y'all for tuning in, my friends. I love you guys. Have a nice day. Stay warm. You know what I mean? Nah. Much love. Peace.
Renee.